I will.
Okay, so in this video I'll be showing you how to design your web pages. So to log in, I'm going to log into my cPanel from my Q server account. So this opens another tab, and you wait for that to load. Remove this. We're having a little connection issue. Okay, yeah, so in your cPanel, come to software and select WordPress Manager by Softaculous. Then here you log in directly to your cPanel. I think I know Tamilore had issues with installing Ocean WP. I don't know if anyone had issues. Did you have issues with installing Ocean WP? You've not even installed, so the reason why it's like this is because I've installed a theme called Ocean WP. So for your own website, if you've not installed Ocean WP, you would still see the theme with the bed, but right now this is what we have here. So in the previous video I explained how to install your theme. This is the one some of you currently have, but this is the one I'm using currently. If you can't install this, just come and install this instead. Tamilore had issues with this, so I told him to install this, but you can also try. This is the one I'm using. If you can't install this, let me know. I'll let you know what to do. And then I also explained how to install plugins. So I said the themes affect the layout and look of your website, while the plugins help you to add extra features to your website. So let me open plugins so that you can see. So these are plugins. So what you use to add extra features to your website. So the major plugins you need are this Ocean Extra. You need this if you are using Ocean WP, but you can still install it. But the major plugins we are using is Elementor and Elements Kit Lite. Now Elementor is the website builder. Are you paying attention? Let me see. Look at the screen. So Elementor is the website builder. You can see the Elementor website builder. I don't know if are you familiar with Canva? Okay, so it's a drag and drop, meaning you just pick what you want and drag it to your canvas. Like there's a blank screen where you design. So that's what we'll be doing. So Elementor, this is the website design tool we are working with. So if you don't have anything, make sure you have Elementor and Elements Kit Lite. So I also explained how to create pages. So these are the pages in the other video. These are the pages I created. So I use this website as an example. So this page, home page, blog, about us, contact and service page. So I explained how to create it in a video you did not watch. Yes, so after creating this page, now to start designing, we are going to be designing each page. The first page you should design on your website is your home page. Now in the settings, I explained how you can set your home page as a landing page. Because whenever I visit this domain, this is the first thing, this is my home page. On your own, the first page on your own website will be the blog page, your post page. But I explained in settings how you can set it to home page. So whenever anybody visits your domain, the first thing they see is this home page. So this is the first thing we design. Also, the reason why I have this home page here is for navigation. So that if anybody comes to any part of my, now I'm on the about page. Now if anybody wants to visit the home page, they can just easily find home, come back here. So it's like address or navigation, like a map. So if from in about page and I want to come back, they can click on home or they can click on this name. It takes them back to the home page. I've also put navigation here so you can see. So anywhere on my website, you can easily find what you're looking for. You can find the pages here. You can also find the pages at the top here. So we are going to start designing with our first one we are going to be designing is home page. And I'm going to use this home page to explain Elementor. So the website builder we are using is Elementor. Elementor. So let me open this in a new tab. So let's wait for this to load. Okay. Continue. Now, for some of you, if like Tamara, for example, that does not have Ocean WP, you might not see these settings here. So these settings here, this one here, is because I have Ocean Extra installed. So Ocean Extra is what gives me these settings here. So Tamara, if you can't see this, let me know. For those of you too, if you can't install Ocean WP, maybe you installed Astra Team, but still go ahead and install Ocean Extra. Then let me know if you can see this or not. So I already explained how to create pages already. So we are designing our home page first. Now here at the top, you can see this option, Edit with Elementor. Edit with Elementor here. So I'm going to click this. In the previous videos, I think I explained how to install Elementor. Not even think. I explained how to install Elementor on your website. You also need to register with your Gmail. Now, for Elementor, you need a very fast internet connection. Can you help me disconnect anything that's connected here? Yes, so this is Elementor. Now, this is what we are going to be using to design our website. And you need to pay attention. Stop touching my laptop. So this is Elementor. It's a website builder. I'm sure you're familiar with Canva, so it's the same thing. It's similar to this. So we're going to design our website. But before I do that, let me come here. Now, every website is designed in pages and sections. Your website pages are designed in sections. This is a section here. This is another section here. This is another section here. This is another section. This is another section. This is another section. Now, each section is divided into columns. Do you understand? Column. Not row, column. This is one. This one here. I'm going to edit this thing and show you. This one here. This is one column. This image is on another column. You will see the explanation in the editing. So each website is divided into columns. This is one column. This particular section here, how many columns? This particular section is divided into 3 columns. 1, 2, 3. And at different parts of website, there's the hero section, there's the main section at the top, and I will explain that as we go. So what we want to start with is our home page. I want to show you how to design something like this. So let's come back to Elementor. Now let me explain how to use Elementor. Like I said, Elementor is a website builder. It's a drag and drop web builder. Now there are different parts of Elementor. The major part you would see is this part here, add new section, and this block section, add template. Now this thing here is Elements Kit. The reason why we have this Elements Kit is because of this plugin here. So there's this plugin here. Elements Kit Lite. Can you see this? You know, when I say plugin, helps you to add extra features. So this plugin here, Elements Kit Lite, this is what you can see here. So I'm going to explain from here. So this button here allows you to add sections. now these are sections. This section is one full section, not divided. So this thing here is 100%. Paying attention. Then we have the next one here, 2 columns. That's 50% divided. Then we have 3 here. If you divide 100 by 3, what do you have?
25.
Is it 25?
No, it's 35.
Is it 35?
Yes.
30, 30, 30. That's 90. Then 10 divided by 3. So everything here should be like 33 point something.
33.5.
33.5. It's around 33.5 or so. So this is 4 columns. Now this is another. So depending on what you want, what kind of section you want, you can see this is about 60-40. This one here. It's the same thing here. So this one should be about 50, 25, 25. So can you see? These two, 25, 25, 50. It's the same thing here. They just changed the direction. Then this one should also the same thing with this one, but we have the bigger section in the middle. Then this one is 100 divided by 5 is what? 20, 20, 20. This one should be about 80, 10, 10. This one is 6. 100 divided by 6 is what? So this is section. So for example, if we want this section here, this section, what do you think we'll use? If we want this section here, so we'll come here and pick this one with 3 columns. Alright, now let me explain to you. So let's select the one with the first column. So remember this section button, this plus, then once this section, we want this. So this is just one section. If I come here, can you see we have 1, 2. Then I can add another section. Now we have 1, 2, 3. Let me pick this one with 6 sections. You can see we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if you want to cancel any section, come here. Cancel, cancel. Alright, so that's the first thing. Alright, so let me still explain these sections to you. Now on the left side we have what we call elements. This here, what are your elements? They are stuffs called widgets. Now widgets are what you use to add they're like elements. You're sleeping. Let me see. I've said it in the video so that the rest can remember you're sleeping in the class. So these widgets, you use it to add elements. For example, here, let me go. What is this? This is a header or a title. This one here. This thing here is a header or a title. This is what? A text. Who knows what this is? This is called a button. And this is what? This is an image. Image. This is header, title. This is text. This is button. So these things are widgets, and you add them. This is an icon, icon, image, title, text. This is a line. So can you see? This is a button. This is a title or header. It's a blog post. So all these things here. So
what is a blog?
Is it a blog contains posts where you write articles and stuff like that. So when you check a blog, you see posts. So when people blog, they write. People will write, like Tamilo right now wants to have a blog. So when you write stuff, you put it on your blog. People can come and read it. So that's what the blog is. But let me just quickly run back. Now on the left here, you can see this option, element and global. Pay attention. Now, what's happening? Now for global, we are using the free version of Elementor. So you don't have access to global. So you only have access to element. Here, so you can see favorites. You don't have favorites. When you start using all these widgets here, your favorites will appear here. But let's go back. Now these widgets here are what you use to add features to your inner section. We have heading, we have image, text editor. If you want to add video, this is video here, button. We have spacer. If you want to add a Google map, that's Google map. This is Google map. We have a Google map. For example, let me show you this here. Okay, so this is a Google map. Can you see? This is Agege. This is Lagos. If you want to zoom in, so if you want to add a Google map to your office address, you can add a Google map here. So anybody that visits your website can easily locate where you are. So you can see. Okay, no, this page. So also come down. So these are the basic. Now the basic are the regular stuffs you would need. What's happening to my mouse? So basic, let me see. I'll send out of the class. So the basics are the regular things you would need for your website. Then we have the pro version. Now these ones you won't have access to them because you're not paying for Elementor. So these are pro widgets. Then if you come down here, you can see general also. So we have image box. I'm not joking. We have image box, icon box, we have rating, image carousel, we have counter. I'll explain progress bar. I'll see how far I can go. We have just 40 minutes left. Then we have SoundCloud. We have this Elements kit. Because we added this thing here, it gives us some widgets. Then we have testimonial and all that. So let's start. Let's say, so this is one section. Now this plus button here allows you to add another section. The same thing, but down here. Let me remove this. Now this middle stuff here allows you to edit your section. You can also use this middle stuff to drag and move your section around, or when you bring your mouse on this middle stuff, right click, you can see option to edit your section. So first, let's start with, so for example, let's drag an image into this section here. So you come to image, drag, you can also search whatever you want here. So come to image, drag and drop. So can you see?
Yeah.
Now, this image here, it gives you, when you drag and drop any widget, it gives you 3 options: content, style, and advanced. So content is where you add whatever you want to add. So here for content, let's choose an image. I don't have an image on this. Let me see. Let's add this.
Is that how so that is how all graphic designers do it?
No.
No, like I'm looking at some of the images of people. Like I have a uncle who like happy woman, happy black woman, NASA posting, NASA cropping.
No, this is not how they design. But it's similar to this. So to add your image, can you see what I did?
Yeah.
You drag
And drop.
drag and drop here, or you can come here to upload files and select. Well, I find it easier to just drag and drop. So let's wait for this to load. Make sure you don't drag heavy files. I'll explain that later on.
Maximum upload file size more than 28 MB. I understand why. I understand why.
So I've uploaded the file. Now to find the file I just upload, where do you think I will go? I'll come to media library. Allow you to show. Now here you can name your files. You can give it names. You can just put sunlight or whatever, or sunset. So that when people are searching on Google, they search for sunset pictures, your website can appear. I'll explain all that later. You can give it caption, description, what's this picture about, and all that. Then you can insert media. Now, can you see now? Pay attention. Now, I want to view this. This thing is not in the full, it's not displaying fully. Now, to display fully, I'm going to hide panel. So this is what we have on our website. So can you see? Now this is for the home page. Now, this will not appear on your website. Yes, you are sleeping. Let me see. This whenever you do anything, make sure you come here and do this. Can you see this? Updates. Make sure you update. If you don't update it, it will not appear on your live website. So let's go to our website. Let's reload. So can you see now? Can you see it has appeared live here? So this is how you design your website. But if you look at this, let's go back to the home page. You see you're playing. You're playing.
Sleeping up, that's why I was holding it first.
But can you see the difference between this one and this? This one is like in a box, just in the middle.
Yeah.
But can you see this? This is stretched like 4 weeks.
Yeah.
So when you are creating your pages, I explain how you can achieve this. But look at this. How was this achieved? So this thing has a background color. But before I even explain that, so this is how you add widgets. Pay attention. Now let's edit our widgets. You can see image size. You can choose to do this thumbnail. It becomes very small. You can just choose medium. You can leave it as large. Now when you come to style for image, you can edit the width. So you can reduce the size if you want. You can reduce. You can do max. We can also edit the height, which is not something that I've asked you to do.
Why not?
Because it will mess up your work.
So let's.
So can you see what I do?
Yeah, I messed it up.
So then here, okay, shouldn't have touched height. Then here you can reduce opacity. You know what opacity is?
Yeah.
It reduces just like
Opaque
transparency.
and transparency. I use that for stickness.
Then for advanced, you can do this, but I'll come and explain this advanced later. Just content and style. So let's add a section with 2 columns. So this one here, 1, 2. Now let's do 2 things. Let's add an image to one section. Now to go back to your widgets, click on this 9 dots here. Click on this, it brings you back here. So we've added image to the first section. What should you add to the second section? Let's add text. So for text, we have our title. Let's go back. Let's add something else. Let's add text editor. Bring it down here, down. So you can see we have 2 things.
Yeah.
Just like
What is lorem?
So lorem ipsum. Now lorem ipsum is default text because it's a placeholder text. It does not really, it's like Latin, but it doesn't really mean anything. So that just in case you don't have what you want to write at the moment, well, later I'll explain how you can get this. But normally they give you this. So you just put rubbish here for you, like a placeholder text. So when you have what you want to put, so sometimes you're designing and you don't have the content. So for our heading, let's put something like
Actually, I speak Latin accents.
welcome to DigiTech for Kids.
Welcome.
Then so whenever you want to edit any text, click on the text, come to content, you can see. Then let's change this one. Click on the text, or you can come here. Then let's change it. Let me copy something here. Let me see you're sleeping. So let me copy this. For example,
Yeah, Mrs. Stand up.
you can see you're distracting my class. So I'll paste this there. So can you see it has appeared here?
Yeah.
Now to edit your widgets, you see this blue stuff here. To edit the column, you see this one. I'll explain. So let's add image. Come here to this particular one. Let's select an image. Let's select this image again. Add it here. So can you see? Now let's update. Updated. Come to your live website. Refresh. And let me see how long I've been recording. 24 minutes. So can you see now?
Yeah.
That's appeared. That's how you design your website pages. But for now, I want you to just familiarize yourself with the tool. The next video we're not going to design
But
properly.
those texts don't look like they don't have any relation to the image.
Yes, I'm just explaining.
Oh, okay.
So I'm just using them to explain. Now with this test, you can also decide to edit your test. So come here, click on this. When you click on this, you see content, style, and advanced. Now if you come here, this your heading, you can make it bigger. Each one, can you see?
Yeah.
So this your, you can, if you make it H5, it becomes smaller. That's heading. Once, let's leave it as 2.
What is
Now
it?
alignment. HTML is for coding. Let's leave that for now. It's a markup language. If you're learning coding, this is one of the first things you learn. I think they call it hypertext markup language or something like that. So now this welcome to the data for kids. We can also decide to align it. Let's move it to the middle. Can you see? Can you see what I'm doing it? Let's move it to the right. Let's leave it here. But let's leave it here. Left. Now to change color or your font, do you know what font is?
Yes.
To change color of font, let's come here, star. Can you see text color? Now you need to learn this thing. You need to know color codes. Text color, when you choose this, it gives you this stuff here. Color picker. You can do this if you want, or if you want a particular color, you can choose the color code here. So one of the things you want to learn is you just come to Google, put color X code. Type color S code. You can see this thing here. This is your X color code. You'll be using this a lot. Instead of typing blue, green, you use this a lot. So can you see this color code, for example?
Yeah.
This is
I've seen it
purple.
before.
So let's what's that mean?
What is the hex code?
Yeah, they call him X code, not X-Men. I can't copy this. Okay, copy. Let's come back.
I remember that white. I always see.
So
After F.
delete this. If I paste this, can you see?
Yeah.
That's changed to purple. There is a tool you use to pick color also. Let's look for. So here, let me see. You can also type the color, but there are some colors that have different. You can say I just type orange. There are some colors that have different shades. So for example, if I type this X code 004AAD, can you see? It gives me this type of blue. If I do this hashtag 0000000, it's usually 6. That's black color. To get my white color, I'll just put F in 6 places. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Can't see it again because this is black. Stand up, stand up, stand up.
I didn't stand up earlier.
Stand up. So let's leave it at let me use this 004AAD. So can you see?
Yes.
Or you can choose to type your color name here, but some colors have different shades. Like if you say burnt orange, how do you know burnt? So that's how you change. Now let's change. Now that's for color. Now let's change font, typography. Come here. Now when you click on this, click anywhere here and press your down button to come down easily. So family, we can change this font. You can see there are different types of fonts here. Popular ones are Roboto and Poppins. Let's use let's if I want to type. Why are you distracting this class now? Let's use Black Man Sans or Black Ops. Can you see? We've changed our fonts.
Yeah.
Now for font size, you can come here. Can you see?
Yes.
Drag.
That is blue colored text. Dark blue colored text.
So now for your weight. Now the weight is how thick this thing is. So the weight is 600. If I put it on 100, can you see?
Yeah.
The thickness has reduced.
I see some breaks.
If I put it on 900, can you see how thick it is? Let me change this font so that you can see it better. Okay, let's use this example. So let's put this on 100. Can you see how light it is?
Yeah.
So to change the thickness, the weight of your test, so I advise you leave it at around 500 or 600. I like this 500. Now you can also choose to transform your test. Pay attention. If you want to do uppercase, you know this thing is in uppercase and lowercase. I want to capitalize everything. I'll just come here to transform. Choose uppercase. Everything is.
Why does it say capitalize there?
It doesn't. They tell you up. Now to capitalize, it's the first letters.
Oh.
So let's put it in lowercase, for example. You can see lowercase. Everything is in small letter.
Yeah.
If I capitalize it, it's just the first one, the first letter. Put it on normal, or if put it on default, everything, the first letters are capitalized. Then your style also, you can choose to style it, because on the normal day you don't capitalize too. So for style, pay attention. You can use all these things, these leaves,
Yeah.
or oblique. No, that's not reflecting. Let's see. Oblique. Okay, see what oblique looks like. But let's leave it at normal. Now for decoration, you can choose to decorate if you want it underlined, overline. Can you see? Line through, as if you want to cancel something, for example. Or just leave it at default. Also, here you can see your line height.
It's not also the
Now
same
watch what
as
happens
the-
if I click line height. Can you see the space between the two tests? Okay, that's line height. So leave your line height. Make sure there's a little space.
Is there a difference between default and none?
Not really. Now look at letter spacing. But don't tamper with this. Just if you want to undo, you can just Ctrl Z. Word spacing also. Can you see?
Yeah.
Ew.
Don't take one word away from the
But sir,
other.
Control Z only works to a particular extent.
No, it works actually.
It takes
For
you
this
back
one.
back to
Now,
the original.
you still have this thing, test stroke. Can you see how
Ew.
that? But leave all this thing here. Just do your test color and typography. Under typography, just change fonts and font size and weight. Are you paying attention?
Yes, sir.
Don't touch style. Don't touch. Let me leave this as poppins. No. I think it was blinker. Wasn't it that? Let me go back to that one we had. Okay, blinker. Alright, so for your test, now I'm sure to this test. Now for this one also, you do the same thing. Come here, come to style. You can choose to align here wherever you want your test to be, middle, left. For the color, you can choose to change this. You can pick your color here. It's sleeping. You can pick your color here. Let's pick green. Yeah, you know this noise will enter my video. Or let's pick red. Let's pick a red. No, let's pick orange. This is red. So this is how you change color. So the same thing. Come to typography. You can choose which font you want, but I want to use Poppins or Roboto. And you can do all that. So that's for your test. Now for your image, I already explained image to you here. So to change your image, come here. To style your image, I already explained that. Okay. Now there's another thing here. Let me see. Now if you look at this test, for example, this thing here has something called button. These things like these are called button.
How were you able to make them?
So let me show you how to do button. So let's add the button. I want to add the button here. So come back to your widgets
More about.
here. Then come here. Can you see this thing here?
Yes.
Button, drag, and drop.
Finally.
Automatically your button has a text. Pay attention. Then come to the left here. Button type. You can just leave it as default. Then test. This test here. Click here. Let's change it to contact us. Can you see where I'm changing it from?
Yes.
Then you can choose to align your test. Where do you want your test? I mean your button. You can choose to move your button anywhere.
So these lines are not part of it, right?
No.
Okay.
So can you see your button size?
Yeah.
You can make it large, but leave it as small. Don't touch anything here again. Now let's style our button. To style, we'll change color, font. So first, let's change the font. Let's change it to Blinker, for example. Can you see it has changed? So can you see the font is changing?
So this is now okay.
Like this. Let's just
This one is okay.
Brawler.
let's leave it. Let's choose Roboto for this one.
Robot.
So pay attention. Now,
Sorry.
okay,
How do you achieve the button?
the button. So for the button, you come to your
You come to the apps. You see button.
not apps, your
Elements.
widgets.
Widgets.
Under elements, then
Press
here you can
button.
see button.
Drag
Move your
and
hand,
drop.
so just drag and drop wherever you want. So this one is here now. This one, the next button, if I want to put it between these two stuff, I'll just drag it here. So undo. Then if I want to edit, click on the button. There's contents. You can type whatever you want in the button here. Then style. So this for button. Now pay attention. When you have a widget with more than one element, for example, now this button, now you can see there are two things here. There's button and there's what? Text. So under your content here, the first thing you can see here is what? Button. Now you can see.
Text color.
So you can see you can style for two things. For our button. So let me come down. So here you're still on button. So these are text color. You can just change. You can see the color has changed. But I want to leave it as white.
White.
Oh, so let me just undo. Click away, undo.
Perfect.
Now for your
But
button color, because we are still editing button.
so how were you able to make it in that curved one? The curved edges.
I'll explain that later on. So for your button color, you can choose to pick this.
No,
Pick this.
the blue was okay.
You can pick this. So that's how you style your button. I'll show you later on. We'll learn how to link, because when you click on this thing, contact us. Watch what happens. It takes you to another page. Brings you to this contact page. Later on, I'll explain how you can link your button. Okay, let me see how far we've gone in this
To
video.
link your button with the site, just go to that link area, then type it.
Yeah, you're picking up. That's how you do it. So sometimes not everything. So this is where you do it. You just put the link you want. Remove this hash.
Look.
Pay attention. So let's link this contact us, for example. Let's link it to this page here. This contact page here.
Have you updated it?
So I'm going to copy this. Come here. This place where you have link. Now it's this button. I'm going to paste this
Go to
and
link, paste it.
update. Now let's refresh this. We'll see what we've done so far. So can you see it has appeared?
Yes.
Now I've linked to this button. If I click on this button, it will bring me to this contact page here.
So agreed.
Oh no, you know this is a different website. I'm not using this link, for example.
Yeah.
So let's click on this button here. This one. Watch what happens.
That was
It
fun.
brings us here.
Yeah.
But another thing is that it did not open a new tab. Did you notice?
Yeah.
So if you want it to open a new tab, come here. Where's our link?
So, now I want to ask you a question. If your site is like a site where you can download things and everything, and you press download and you add it, like if you want to add this save from .net, do you need to like
Save from, as in.
save from? If you want to add their link so as to download the thing, like if it's a Facebook thing, you download it.
You mean
Yes.
downloading files, videos?
Yes.
That's a different.
Do we need to like partner with them
No,
before
no, no,
putting
no.
their?
No, that's a different. So that's how you achieve that. Don't always forget. Don't forget to update.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now let's hide the panel and see the full view. Can you see? But this is still not, this is just like a rough draft. But I want you to learn how to use it first, then I will not teach you how to design proper and arrange. Okay, let's move on. We have 10 minutes for this class. I'm supposed to end this class 11 with you.
Then we'll start watching the videos.
No, you won't watch the video now. I'm going to edit the video and upload on the YouTube channel.
No,
what?
your other videos.
Yeah, you watch other videos while
You're going to upload this on YouTube.
Pay
Yeah.
attention, pay attention. Okay, so now, if I want to remove this, if I want to go back to my editor, just come here and this eye panel, click on it, brings back my Elementor. Okay, we are still on section, but I have not explained how to use this and this. I'll explain that later, but I need to know how to use this. So, let's remove this image. Come here.
Delete.
Come to image, right click and delete. So we see have this section here, right?
Yes.
Now let's do something. Now we're going to add an image to a section. Let's see what. No, remember this one we had to drag and drop, right?
Yeah.
But let's see what happens when we add an image directly to a section. Come to middle here.
Okay.
Click the middle of the section here. Come to style. Under style, you can see background type. Click on this. So for the background type, you can add different types of background to your section. This one here, you can see the background here is color, right?
Yes.
I just added a color. Then I added 2 columns where I have this and this.
So I was asking, how were you able to make this thing call?
I can't explain that now. Pay attention. Learn how to add the button first. This is customizing. This is advanced stuff. I'll explain that later on. So now let's add. Now this is section. Let's see how we can add background. A background to our section. So this section here, come here. Under style, you will see different type of background type. This what? This classic, where you can add an image or a color. This gradient, this video background, and a slideshow. I want to explain slides. So for the classic, let's add an image to our background. This same image now, let's add it to background, see what it looks like. Now you won't see anything yet. So now that you've added an image to your background, if you come down, let me go. Now if you come down, pay attention. You can see you have new options here. If I click on this image, you can't see. Can you see the options you can see here? You can only see width, max, height. But if I add an image as a background, I added an image as a widget. But if I add an image as a background, pay attention. See the options it is giving you. Can you see?
Yes, sir.
Position, attachment, repeat, size. Now you need to edit. This thing is not showing fully, right?
Yes.
So the first thing, your position. Where do you want? How do you want your image to appear? You can choose center. Let's leave position for now. Attachments, leave it as default. Now this repeats. Choose no repeat, and then for size, choose cover. Now our background is still not showing yet, so we need to do something to our background. We need to come here to advance. Here, this padding, this thing here, link value, click on it to unlink. For the top, I'm going to add 100. Can you see what is happening?
Yes.
Add 200.
For the bottom, I'm going to add 100. But the image is still not displaying fully, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to come here. Let me add 200 to the top and 200 to the bottom. So can you see now? Our image has appeared. Okay. Can you see the difference between adding an image in your section as a background and adding an image as a widget?
Yeah.
The same image. See what this one looks like. But see what this one looks like.
Yeah.
Can you see the difference?
It looks like a background. This one looks like an image.
So if you don't want to add the background image, now in this background, I can, if you want to make it bigger, I can choose to make it 300. So it looks like. Now look at this. Can you see my section is still here, right?
Yes.
I can choose to add anything in this section. If I want to add an heading, I'll just drag and drop here. Can you see?
Yes, sir.
Bring to the center and type I'm going to send Toby out of my class. Welcome to DG Tech for Kids. Now you can't see this. What do you think we need to do? Come to style and change color. For white, just put hashtag 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But it's still not looking great.
Add
But, so can you see we added a text?
yes.
But so let's remove.
So make it bigger.
Let's remove image. Come here. Let's remove this image. Come to style. So remove. Just come here and delete. Let's add a color as our background instead. Click on color. Pick this.
Blue is better.
Pick this. So can you see now?
Yes.
We have. So this thing here, this background here, this background, this is like purple. So can you see how I was able to get that background?
Yeah.
Background here. So here.
So you've not updated.
Now, let me show you how to do something else. You noticed you see how wide my first section is here. You can see it's very, very wide. Now to do that, come here under your section, click edit section, come to layout. If you can choose full width to stretch the whole thing, or but that's not what I want to show you. Now under your height, if you pick minimum height, watch what happens. Pay attention. For now, you can see this is where this thing is. You can see the length. Watch what happens when I pick minimum height. Do you notice it's stretched?
Yeah.
So can you see that's how I was able to achieve that wide, that very
So
wide
you picked minimum.
height. But if you want to choose minimum height, you have to don't do this thing I did here, the
Why did
padding.
you choose minimum height yet is that big?
That was because I added padding to it. I added space.
Oh.
So let me remove this. Let me remove this. So let's go back. And so if I select, let me fit to screen. Let me select minimum height.
Okay, I understand.
So it has reduced. Now I can add another thing here. I can choose to add text under this. Can you see? I've added the text under this. Let me put it in the middle. So can you see? This is how you add text. Now we can keep adding, because this one section, we can keep adding stuff under this one section. Let's add the button. Can you see? Bring the button to the middle. What else should we add? I have just 8 minutes left for this class. Not the Google map. Just let's leave it like this. Now, so I've shown you how to add different backgrounds, right? I've showed you how to add. If you click on classic image, now I've added color. Now let's add gradient. Let me see, I can see you. When you click on gradient, it gives you like 2 different colors. So for our first gradient, let's leave it as this. For our second color here, so if you want different style, let's choose green. So this is not good. This is not good. So
This
let's.
is okay. This is okay. This is okay.
So can you see this effect now we have achieved?
This is nice.
Let me click update. So that's how. So it's not necessary for you to use image. You can choose to have this. For this background, you can see I just use one color. So let's refresh and see. So can you see now?
Yes.
This is what we have here.
So you still left the rubbish there.
Which rubbish?
Yeah, have it here for now. You can change it when you have what you want to use. So can you see different background?
And you don't add the link.
Now let's move on. We are still here, right? Background. Now the next one is what? A video background.
What?
You can make a video play in your background.
Nice.
Now let's come to YouTube. Because I need to come to my YouTube channel.
Sir, I'm proud that you have 200 subscribers.
216.
I'm supposed to have 1,000 this year, so I have a long way to go.
But sir, for your last videos, only one person liked it. Why?
That was because I did not make it public. You are the only ones
You
that
can make some videos public and private.
you are the only ones that can see the video.
That's nice.
So, for example,
Nice.
2,000 views.
which one is 2,000?
I saw 2,000 views.
That's almost 3,000 views. This one has almost 4,000 views.
Sir, you said you can add your.
But that's what I don't understand about some people, sir.
How?
There are so many views yet, like so little subscribers. Some people have that problem.
That's the thing.
How can I add myself to YouTube search?
Go and watch the channel. Pay attention. Now, we want to add it. We selected video. Now, there are different ways you can add video. You can either choose. Let me come down. So for this particular option, you are using MP4. We can either add a link. Here we're adding a link, a video link. So this video here, I'll just right click, copy link address. I can just open and copy the link. You know how to do that. Then I'm going to paste the link here, the YouTube link. Watch what happens. So you can choose start time. I don't want it to start. I want it to start in 2 seconds. As soon as it gets my website, I want it to start in 2 seconds. End time. You can choose this. You want it to play once. You want it to play on mobile. Yes. I want to play on mobile phone.
Play once.
So I should make it start immediately you get to the site.
Okay, so let's put this. Let's reduce it to 0.
Yes. So they have no choice but to watch your video.
Now, of course, if I'm adding a video, you know this test will not show, right?
Yeah.
But let me first update. I'll explain what you can do. I have just 5 minutes left.
But sir, it's not sure. You're not hearing what you're saying.
You don't need to hear it, just explain it.
It's a video. So
Just make myself a little blue.
So can you see the video now?
Yeah.
For this video, because you can't see everything. So let's part this. This thing here. Come to advance. For our top, let's put 150. For the bottom, just put 15 in front of this 0. So let's update. The video should be clear. So whenever you put anything and it's not clear, just put space at the top, put space at the bottom. That's what they call padding. So let me refresh this again. So for your assignment, you are going to put this, the same thing I have here.
Everything
is what you are going to have.
Yeah.
But you cannot choose which background. You can choose either gradient, picture, but just make sure you have. So can you see?
Yes, sir.
No. This is
Using your
so when I go to post this thing,
you don't
I'll
have
be able to create my own perfect website.
So can you see I have a video here?
yes sir.
This video is now still clear. So
No,
let's
yes, sir.
do something here. Now under click here.
Sir, check me in the next 10 years and I'll be running a supermarket.
Now come to start.
Cool.
Now remember this video is not clear. And because I don't, if I don't want to remove this test and I still want my video to be there, there's something I can do. Remove this. Yeah, just click on this. Can you see this thing?
Yes, sir.
Background overlay. Because I want my test to show, I'm going to cover this video with something. So come here, pay attention, click on classic color. Now I'm going to cover this video with something like this. Can you see? So watch what happens. Let me use this color. Let me pick. So you are playing. Now I've covered this video. Watch what happens now. Can you see? The video is still playing in the background.
Yeah.
But you can still see my
text.
See my test. I think this thing is even too wide.
So it's okay.
But this is why it's showing like this, because this video has a lot of tests. Let's go to YouTube. Let me remove this thing from 150. Let me make it 100. So let's go to YouTube and look for landscape videos. landscape video, for example.
Why is big landscape 4K? What?
Okay, so let's copy this. Copy link address.
So it's a 3-hour video.
Come here. Just want to use it to explain something. Star. So remove this and put this. And watch what happens now. I think this one should be different.
Cat jumping.
So can you see how the video is playing now?
This is
So I think this is better than that one. So whenever
Can you do
so
it like
let's
this? I can't see.
you will see it in the video. I have just 1 minute left. I promise to be out of here by 11.
I'm going to be on Google.
After you've watched my after you've done all your
I add myself to Google search.
so can you see? So this is how you have a video background. Depending on what you want, you can choose to leave it as a color, or you can use. So now let me explain one more thing. Let me quickly show you how I was able to do this. No, don't let me show you now.
Why?
That would be a lot. So let me explain one final thing. Alright, so but make sure you always update. Now, whenever you're designing any website, the first thing you design for is desktop. You need to consider your users. How will people access your website? But because of the interface, every website is designed on a desktop view. This is a desktop view. Let me remove this. This is a desktop view here. This is your assignment. This is going to be your assignment. You are going to do the same thing.
Every day.
The same thing I have here, like this.
Are you deliver me?
I'm not going to remove it. When I check your website, I want to see this thing. This exact thing, the same video.
Landscape.
We are going to repeat this thing I have here.
Wait, same video.
Wait, we should
This
repeat.
the same video, the same thing I have here.
The same
button.
digitech.
Exactly.
So,
That's what I want to
also
see.
this-
You
So this
can find a different image. You are doing the same thing, exactly.
So why can't
That's
you do
why
our
you're a web designer. You should be able to replicate a design.
Oh.
So that's the idea. I'm just supposed to give you the next class. You do this. It's very
Wait, so let me see. Wait, let me see it.
Don't worry, I'm going to leave it.
So
on
I
the
have a
website.
question.
What's your question?
Details
Sir,
for
my
kids
question
or
is
parents.
that when
I'll just trace everything, sir.
Howdy.
I'll trace.
Excuse me, sir, I have a question.
What's your question?
Sir, when we are finished making our site, how will people know about it more?
I said when that was later on. Learn to design the website first. But for your assignment, you are creating this exact thing
A replica.
for now. Then later you not design your own website.
We should
Want
make
to
a
show me
clone
that?
of it.
So yeah, you just replicate this. So let me explain this final thing. Oh, later.
What's up, guys?
Alright, so I said when you're designing, you design for desktop first, right?
Yes.
But later on, when you're done, you need to edit for and design for mobile and for tablet or your tablet, whatever you call it. Now let me show you how to do that. Now when you come here, see these buttons here, these options here.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. This fourth one here, responsive mode. Remember, I was talking about components of the website. I explained that you need to design a responsive website. People should be able to view it on different devices.
Yeah.
Now, to view what this thing looks like on a phone and to edit it on a phone, come here, responsive mode, click on it. When you click on it at the top, you see this option, desktop, tab, and mobile. Now, let me switch. First, switch to tab.
See what I look. What
So-
it look like for me on tab.
Now, if you don't like, for example, now, can you see this
I
thing?
like it.
Pay attention. Can you see this thing now is not looking well on tab?
Oh.
Yeah.
To edit it for tab, click on it, come to typography, and
Typographical error.
reduce this.
For
What's happening?
it's too small.
Reduce this. So can you say I've edited for
It's
tab now?
manageable.
Yeah.
So then if I update this is how you will view it on a tab. Now the most important thing is mobile. Edit for mobile. So can you see?
This is nice.
Now if you edit on desktop, it doesn't mean the same thing will appear on mobile.
Yeah.
If you want to make changes, so for example now, this is good here, but can you see this text, this S is here. So let's edit for mobile. So come here, come to typography.
It's okay.
So this is okay.
It's too small.
Just leave it like this, for example. So this is how you edit for mobile.
Yes, sir.
Can you see? So whenever you finish designing, anytime you design a section, come to see what it looks like on a phone here. Okay guys, so this is where we are going to stop in today's video, and this is your assignment. The assignment is to replicate this thing here. Replicate what I've just done here. This same thing. Your first section here should have a video and a title, text, and button. Your second section here, 2 columns, image and this. So I'm going to see it. You have, today is Wednesday. By tomorrow evening, Thursday evening, I expect to see. You're not going
to send.
To see
I
our
expect
replica.
to see this
Our replica.
on.
So this is punishment. You need to give us till Friday.
What else are you doing? I'm not giving you
I'll come
Friday.
tomorrow.
We are coming here
So I give you Friday morning.
Friday.
By
evening.
Friday, and by then I would have recorded another video, so you can see I have a lot of
Friday evening.
videos are just compiling and compiling. So
So
by Friday, I expect to see this Friday morning. Alright guys, so this is the first video on designing your website pages with Elementor. I expect to see your assignment.
Can you say one digital?
So I see your student.
No, I've not stopped this video. You are still.
I know they are meant to see us.
So okay, we'll try calling.
Hi guys, what's up? My name is.
So this video is 1 hour, 1.
Bye.
Nobody is going to see. I don't even want to see the video, so don't stress yourself.